Morning, just for some few minutes, we just want to have a conversation with things. So wherever you find yourself, you just relax and just be in the moment as we have an encounter with Pastor Akesse Brempong. So without wasting my time, let's go straight up to Studio B and we just want to talk to him for some few minutes. He just got into the Sun City, you know. Man of God, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I'm doing well.
I like your hairstyle.
Thank you.
How is everything?
By God's grace, we're keeping up, and grace is keeping us.
Wow. Is it your first time in Sunyani?
No, I've been here a couple of times, but it's been a while since I've been here.
Do you remember the last time?
The last time I was here was probably 2019, yeah.
Before the COVID?
Before the COVID, yeah.
Oh, okay, where you have a program or something?
Yes, I did something with UNE.
Oh, okay.
And the university over there.
And then your natural resources?
Yeah. And PRWC, of course, my people at PRWC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was your first time or it was your second time coming?
That was like my third time.
Your third time. So how do you see the atmosphere?
I like Sunyani for its serenity.
Okay.
I mean, it's very serene here. When you get into the city, you know that there's some calmness that comes upon you. And I like serene places, so I like the city.
You are not planning to stay. Again, my aunt now. Well, I get to see you too.
Good to see you.
And I think we met a couple of times, but you didn't pay much attention. In Accra, Invasion Ghana, Accra International Conference Center.
Oh,
Prophet
yeah,
Benjamin
yeah,
Foyo.
yeah,
That's
yes.
my brother.
I see.
Yeah, that's my brother. So I think Friday, you came on Friday.
Yeah, I came
You
on
couldn't
Friday.
make it on Saturday.
Yes,
So we're
that's
actually
Saturday
waiting.
special.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it. So I mean, I was like, I told him you'll be coming to sing. And I was like, oh, wow, say hi to him for me. So Prophet Benjamin Foyo is staying his greeting.
Yeah,
So I should
thank
say
you,
hi to
Adifo.
him.
You're supposed to be in the US doing
Yeah,
invasion, right?
Invasion USA, and it started yesterday too.
Nice.
I think yesterday and tomorrow, thanks to today too as well. Wow. So I just want to ask you. You are a pastor in the music ministry, as in doing Christian music. Can you give us the dichotomy? How? I mean, if there is a tiny difference when it comes to preaching the gospel, are they the same? Or we can say that, I mean, there's a difference between the pastoral ministry and the Christian music that you are doing as a whole.
Well, there are many facets to my life, really. I'm also a lecturer in Pentecost University, apart from the music and the pastoring job that I'm doing. But when it comes to pastoring and music, I think that it's just like different facets of one thing. The essence of us churning out music is to impart. That's the same way the pastor preaches a sermon to impart. The pastor delivers, take people through deliverance and all of that, you know. So the modus operandi is not the same. I mean, you have to like music. You have to be a musician to be able to do the music ministry, and you also have to have a pastoral heart, the heart of a shepherd, to be able to pastor people. I say that pastoring people is not a small job. It's like taking the place of a father over their lives. So they are not too different, and they are not the same. The dynamics are there.
Wow, I see that. Let's talk about your project. Your last project, new single that came out, I think 3 months ago from the Bountiful.
Oh yeah, Bountiful. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a swag song.
Yeah.
Tell us the history behind it, how it was started.
Well, I like to sequel my songs. When I'm writing music, I like to think that, okay, after Blessed, what next? You know, and I write something that it can be a sequel to Blessed. So if you look at my songs, like from God is Working, Crazy Love, all of those things, like there's a certain connection stringing the songs. And I was just thinking about Blessed, which was a massive hit, and what next from there. And I really like to put my message in a rhythm that the young people are familiar with. And right now, what they are listening to is Afrobeat. So we like to target and write songs that can actually flow along those lines. We like to engage young people. So yeah, so Bountiful was just me trying to be youthful and trying to, you know, kind of connect the young people that follow my music to what next God is doing.
Well, and you think you've achieved the benefits of the song?
Massively. I mean, when I go online listening to, looking at my the songs and where the streams are coming from. I mean, it's the only 3 months, but it's entered some realms, which is really encouraging. We shot a video for it in the UK, then released it on a label in UK, Wings Music. So I'm currently working with Wings in the UK, and they released that, and it's really big in the UK. You know, the UK has a thing for Afrobeat.
Sure.
So the young people in the UK are diving into it.
It's a massive song,
Yeah.
trust me, when I was listening to it. And any projects are coming up that we should know?
Yes. In actual fact, we're starting releases from this month.
Okay.
The 28th, I think. 28th, we are releasing singles from a project we recorded live in Accra some months back. It's called The Awakening, Anthems of Revival. And we're starting to release the songs from that project from 28th of this month.
Okay.
You are going to be blessed tremendously.
In fact, the month of September, if you are born in September, you are blessed. Legends are born in September. My big boss here is also in September. Actually, today is his birthday.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, today is his birthday. And my own is 19. Yeah, but can you know,
Yeah.
Wall of Salvation. So
That's
the
right.
month of September is blessed. But I think this is a general question I'm asking.
Mm.
I'm sure you've been following with musicians trying to have this concept of feeling O2, feeling the O2, and
Yeah.
it's like, I'm sure you'll be sitting down and be like, oh, I mean, we have a lot to do.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, I think filling the O2 in itself is not a bad idea. I mean, I've been to the O2. My brother Emmanuel Smith did some great concert at the small part of the O2. Great place. But I don't think it's a measure of success for musicians. It's way beyond filling. Whereas it can be a matrix, it's not the only matrix. There will be artists who will never fill the O2, but are very successful. And filling auditoriums alone should not be the measure with which any musician measure their success. You know. So yes, I mean, if you can fill the O2, fill it at all costs. Impact people.
Okay.
Do the massive things. You know. Recently, my friend Dunsin Oyekan and Nathaniel Bassi are filling, you know, what's it called? Arenas in the UK. 2 days ago, Dunsin was in Canada. Massive success. Joe is doing the Dominion Theatre today. You know, I've been there with Diana Hamilton. Great atmosphere. We see advancement in what we are doing, but we should take it bit by bit, you know, precept upon precept, and build it block upon block. If you are not there, you are not there. If you are there, you are there.
Okay. Are you planning an imagination like that to feel it yourself, or maybe with other artists to do?
That is not on my bucket list.
All right.
On my bucket list, I want to see lame people walking. I want to see blind people getting healed. I want to see people delivered. I want to see miracles. Filling the O2 is not on my bucket list. When those things come, filling the O2 will be yeah. When God announces you, your fame goes abroad. Yeah. So Jesus didn't have to do media tours. He just go into the city, heal some blind person, bam, and then his fame. You know, that's what we are looking for. You know. So yeah, by all means, fill the O2. But that shouldn't be, you know, a matrix or any measure for your success as a musician. They are deeper things.
Wow.
Yeah, they are deeper things.
Well, we're having a conversation with Akesse Brempong. Of course, he is here, and it's all about Asada 2023, which is happening tomorrow, and he just got in here, but we just want to spend a few minutes with him, which we are almost wrapping it up. But I just want to ask, do you think in the gospel music fraternity we've gotten to a phase where we can be proud to say we've achieved by winning souls for Christ?
I think day in, day out, our songs are making impact. We have, if you cast your mind back to even the contemporary gospel circles, how it evolved, the likes of Dalinete, the New Kinds generation, Codes generation, and Glatodems, and Zutadems. It came to our generation, the Joe Metals, Akesse Brempong, emojis, and all that. We are making strides on Human Mercies and things. Recently on Human Mercy filled a 21,000 auditorium. It wasn't news in Ghana, but this is huge. 21,000 people at Tehila. It's huge. So it's growing. And even if you take our generation and going back, you see the Sisi Chums, you see Sisi Beidus, the Kofi P Press, the F.A. Grace, and I'm sure there are also some great musicians here in Sunyane.
Sure.
What's his name? My brother. Yes, the Onassis and great guys. What we lack here in our circles is really support, financial support. And I had Dusulo Ikan is a very good friend of mine because we talk and all that. One time we were hanging out at Marriott International Hotel and we're discussing Africa music and the fact where God is leading us, the revival is coming. He kept telling me that what Ghanaian we lack here in Ghana, what we really lack is fans, is support. That's it. That's it. And when he's actually looking for what God is doing next, he comes to Ghana because he feels that Ghana has the prophetic. Nigeria has the apostolic. The Nigerians can champion things. They can go into territories and take it. That's what God gave them. But when we talk about knowing the mind of God for a season and for a people, it's always found in Ghana. It's always found. That's the difference between us and them. And so they like the Ghana-Niger collaboration. That's why Ghanaians flow with Nigerians like that. The eagle and the lion. Nigeria is the lion. Ghana is the eagle. Ghana sees far. Nigeria has the power to move things, So that's what God has given us. We only lack support, and especially financial support. I'm sure you have great musicians, gospel musicians in your church who are trying to record music, promote the music, and all that. If these guys have support, and if we have systemized our gospel music industry well, I'm telling you, we would see how Ghana's, gospel music will take over the world. We've seen it. We've seen Joe Metal do it. We've seen Emoji do it. You've seen me do it. So it's possible. We can do it and do it and do it much better.
Wow, we can do it and do it much better. So let's talk about Aseda.
Yeah.
You're a man of God. Aseda has become like a cliche. Let's give thanks to God. It's like we are used to it. But as a man of God, when do we give thanks to God? When do you think is the moment that we should give thanks to God?
In every circumstance, in all and every circumstance, Bible says that we should give thanks. And not just when things are going well, not just when things are going right, not just when you are up high, but even when you are down below, give thanks. Not because of where you are. You don't give thanks because of the circumstance in which you are, but you give thanks to the God that brought you there. Believing that He'll be able to take you out of it. Whenever we talk about Thanksgiving, I feel like Thanksgiving, has the power to release what I call the multiplier effect on whatever circumstance that you are dealing with. So, for example, when Jesus took hold of the fish and the bread from the small boy, He gave thanks and broke it and multiplied. When Jesus came to the tomb of Lazarus before he called out his name and performed the miracle of calling him out of the dead, he gave thanks. So whenever Jesus is on the verge of any major miracle, any major breakthrough, he gives thanks. That should tell us that there's a power in thanksgiving that we are probably not harnessing. That when we give thanks for anything that we want to multiply, the thing multiplies. That when we give thanks, God comes into a situation, and the last thing I will say about Thanksgiving is that Thanksgiving makes a healing situation a whole situation. You recount the account of the lepers that Jesus healed, 10 of them, and they were healed, but one came back to give thanks, and he was made whole. The difference between him and the others, they received healing. He that came back to give thanks received wholeness. So Thanksgiving will release wholeness into every sick situation that you are in. Not just healing, but wholeness. Wholeness is as if nothing of that sort happened. You will not have the scar. So if it was a cut that was on your body, when you get healed, you will see the scar there. That points to where you have come from. But when you are whole, the skin, there's no mark that can be found on the skin. What it meant is that there were no traces of leprosy in the guy's life when he came back to give thanks to Jesus. So when you give thanks, you actually erase traces of where you have come from. That he will see you and not say that you are that guy that came out of poverty. There are no traces to you in poverty again. There are no traces to you in diseases and sickness and everything that you have battled. So those are the dimensions of Thanksgiving.
Wow.
I want to say.
So the perception where people will be like, I'm waiting to get a visa, to get admission, to get married before I give thanks to God. I mean, where is that angle coming from?
Well, we always want to see before we do. But that's why Jesus says you have to release your faith and do before you see. So before the gate is open, you give thanks in the corridor when you are walking into the gate. You are believing God for the breakthrough. You are believing God for some gates to open to you. You give thanks whilst you are walking towards the gate. By the time you get there, the gate is open.
Wow. Are you ready for us tomorrow? And now you're ready. Should we go? Do you want to go back to Accra?
I'm born ready.
What should we expect from? Are we going to enjoy more reggae stuff from you? I mean, talking about Thanksgiving, what are some of the things that we should expect from you tomorrow?
Of course, the reggae people will get their the Afrobeat people will get the Afrobeat, and if you are churchy,
That's right.
yeah, we'll go to church as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we just prepare our hearts.
Yeah.
Just meet you. Are you planning to spend a couple of days around, or after are you going back?
There's a lot.
A lot to do.
Yes.
You cry, but
we'll come for holiday.
They'll be on back.
Tell Robert in Uselet that I'm coming for holiday.
Bro, Uncle Robert, we salute you. And God bless you so much. And we will also be here to support your next project, which is coming. I can't wait to share with our listeners to you as well. I just want you to encourage somebody who is brokenhearted this morning, somebody who's going through something, a short message for that person this morning.
There is hope even for the tree that is cut, that it will germinate again. And the book of Isaiah says that at the scent of water, not at the sight of water, but at the scent of water. And the scent of water means that the tree goes beyond what the normal eyes can see to another sense of feeling what is in the realm. And because of that, the tree has hope that it's going to germinate again. I don't care what the problem is, what the situation is. What I care about and what I know is that I know a God that can put you back together again and make you not just healed but whole. What you can do is to believe in that God and tap in that grace. Whatever that is holding you down and making you feel like you are not up to it, you don't have to be up to it, because Jesus did it and he gave you the victory free of charge. So I would encourage you, if you're feeling hopeless, if you're feeling downtrodden, tomorrow meet us at Akesse, and I can guarantee you that you will come into contact with the giver of life.
Pastor Akesse Brempong, Phil Evans, don't forget that one saying, hey, that one, but we want to say thank you. God richly bless you. I mean, I've really had a short conversation, but it'd be like, I wish we would close like 10 p.m. But I believe that there are a couple of times you're going to be here to bless us too. And we're all going to meet you tomorrow, 5 p.m. at World Salvation Ministries. Akesse Brempong is in town. So you see, we're not lying. You get the thing sometimes like, oh, Maka, they don't come. In town, you know, so let's make a date and a time, and let's meet him tomorrow at World Salvation.